If you think you're too late to grow online or that you need thousands of followers before you can even think about making money online, I get it because I believe that too. And in today's video, I'm going to show you why I was completely wrong about that and how today's social media is actually built for beginners like you and me, even if you're starting completely from scratch. Up until about a couple of years ago, I thought I was just hopeless at social media. I'd spent years posting and getting nowhere. But once I learned how social media actually works today, I grew two completely new channels to over 70,000 followers each in just 1 year. And if I can do that, there's absolutely no reason why you can't learn how to do that too. But first, I want to start today by talking about something no one really says out loud, and that's the real reason so many of us are scared to post when we're starting something new. It's not the strangers that we're afraid of, it's about the people that already know us, friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, the people who already know us, and we're scared that they'll judge us if we try something new. And honestly, that fear makes total sense because that's exactly how social media used to work. Back in the early Facebook days, your posts were shown to mostly your friends and their friends. If you posted something, everyone you ever went to school with, worked with, or lived near could see it. And when you're starting something new, like an online business or your own personal brand, if that's what you want to do, the last thing you want is to feel like everyone is peeking over your shoulder, watching as you learn, because I get it. I felt exactly the same way. But here's what I realized. Friends and family aren't usually the people meant to go on this journey with you. And that is totally okay. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to explain yourself. If they are genuinely curious, they'll find you. They'll come and ask you about what it is you're doing. But mostly, your perfect audience is already out there looking for someone just like you. You're not here to post for the people who remember you from the school gates or the office 10 years ago. You're here to connect with the people who need what you have to say right now. When I started affiliate and digital marketing, I started fresh TikTok and Instagram accounts. And I did that intentionally because there was no friends and family following me on those accounts. And it's not because I don't love them and don't want them to follow me, but it's because I wanted a fresh space to build something real without any judgment. And now 99.9% of my audience are people I've never met in real life. They're here because of the message that I'm sharing today, which is exactly what you want when you're starting to learn attraction marketing skills and you want to attract your perfect audience. And here's what changed everything for me. And it might change everything for you too when you learn what I'm about to share. So today, social media isn't built around who you know, it's built around what you post and who it resonates with. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube use what's called interest-based algorithms, which simply means if someone is interested in your topic, whatever it is you're talking about, the platforms will show that content to the people that are interested, even if you have 0 followers. So if you share something real, something relatable, it can literally reach hundreds, thousands, and even millions of people, even if you're starting completely from zero, having never done anything online before. And here's what's even more exciting. The playing field is more level than it's ever been. Big creators with massive audiences can post today and only reach a tiny fraction of their followers. Meanwhile, someone brand new, like you and me, with just a couple of hundred followers, can create one video that connects and reaches tens of thousands or even millions. It could be someone in their 40s and 50s, tired of a toxic job, finally taking the leap into something new. Or it could be someone nearing retirement, sharing their story, showing others how they're building a way to make an income online. Or even maybe young mums sharing the journey of staying home with their children without sacrificing their income. It's all sorts of real stories from real people creating real connection. And that's what the platforms are rewarding now, not just popularity. And I just want to connect one more dot for you because this was the piece I never understood at the start. When you post content, it's not just about getting likes or followers. You're creating tiny little like magnetic worker bees, if you like. Each piece of content that you post, a video, a story, a reel, it goes out and finds the people that are looking for what you have to share. It's like setting up little signs across the internet that say, if you're feeling stuck, if you have a problem and you're looking for a solution and a better way, here's where you need to look. I'm here to help you, because platforms push your content out to those based on interest. Your videos don't just disappear. They keep working for you even while you sleep, while you're making dinner, while you're living your life, doing things with the kids or whatever it is you love to do. So the more content you create, the more of these little magnetic worker bees you have out there attracting the right people to you day in and day out. And this is how online business actually works. You're not chasing people. You're attracting people who are already searching for what it is you have to offer. And that's how, one simple post at a time, you're building a real business and real freedom. Another myth I want to break wide open right now is you don't need thousands of followers to be successful. Big numbers don't necessarily mean big success. A small, engaged audience, people who know, like, and trust you, is far more powerful than 10,000 strangers who just scroll past the videos that you make. I know people with just a few hundred followers earning real, life-changing income because they focus on connection and relatability, not just selling and making money. That's the real secret that makes the difference. All right, let's get practical for a second, because I want you walking away from this video feeling like, oh my gosh, I could actually go and post something today. And you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to be perfect. You just need a starting point. So here are a few easy ideas, and I'll give you some examples to just show how doable it is for people like me and you. And when you're just starting out, these are by far the best types of posts that you could do starting from completely zero. So the first type of post, you could share why you're even starting your journey. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just tell people why you decided enough was enough and you wanted to make a change. Something as simple as, I realized I was tired of my boss controlling the time that I had, and I wanted to have control of my time again. Or after 25 years of building someone else's dream, I finally decided it was time to build my own. These sorts of stories are powerful. It is real, and people connect to real people's stories. Second type of post you could do is share one tiny thing that helps shift your mindset, and it doesn't have to be complicated. You could post something like, once you realize you didn't have to be ready to start something, you just have to be willing to be the student and start from zero and be totally coachable. Or, today I gave myself permission to show up messy because imperfect action still moves you forward. These tiny shifts like that can really change someone's entire day, especially if they're sitting there thinking, I don't think this is something I can do. Then you come along, share your story of how you have overcome that same problem, and they can see themselves in your story. They can then have belief in themselves. The third type of post is starting a simple conversation, and you don't have to lecture anyone. You just ask for a fun, easy question like, if you could work from anywhere in the world, where would you be sitting right now? Or what's the one dream you've had tucked away for years that you wish you were doing? You'd be surprised how many people are just waiting for someone to ask them that question, a real question that they can get involved with and start a conversation. The fourth type of post, you could share a real moment from your life. People trust people who are willing to be human. You could say something like, I tried to film my first video today and it took me way longer than I'd ever anticipated and a lot of coffee, but hey, it's a start. Or, today I posted my first reel. I didn't even know what a reel was. It wasn't perfect, but it's posted. And guess what? The world didn't end. These messy moments are what make you relatable, not perfect. And people really connect to you that way. And the fifth type of post is to document what you're learning as you go. You don't have to wait until you're an expert. You can bring people along for the journey, and that's what I did. You could post something like, today I set up my first landing page. Last week, I didn't even know what a landing page was, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I clicked a button. It was all done for me, and I had no idea that was even possible. People love seeing the behind the scenes of someone else's journey, someone building something new, and it gives them hope that they can do it too. So here's the challenge I'm giving you. Pick one of those ideas, just one, and post it this week. It doesn't even have to be perfect. It just has to be honest, because once you take that first step, it's like opening a door to a whole new world. So let me know which one of those ideas feels easiest for you as a first post. Let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear. And if you're worried that posting online means that you're going to be glued to your phone 24/7, I totally hear you, because I actually thought being a creator on social media meant you were spending way more time on these devices scrolling all these platforms, when actually the opposite was true. Before I started creating my own content, I was glued to my phone. I was scrolling social media, searching for solutions to how to escape my toxic workplace. But now I've mastered a 2-hour workday. And now it's turned those days into days where I can earn $300, $600, $900 in a day, sometimes even more, with the time freedom that I always dreamed of. I spend way less time on my phone than I ever did before I started posting videos on social media, which is something I didn't actually think was possible. And if you're still thinking, but Anna, I'm in my 40s or 50s, and who's going to want to hear from me? Here's the truth. People of all ages are craving that real connection. They don't just want advice from some 20-year-old who's got no life experience. They want mentors, guides, real people who've lived through real challenges, real life experiences. And that's you. Your experience is your advantage. And if you're thinking, Anna, I want to learn how to actually build this properly without the guessing, I'll link below to the exact training and blueprint that I followed down in the comments below this video. And it's the one that helped me build everything that you see today. It's simple, real, and built for people just like you and me. If this video has been valuable, make sure you subscribe, because next week I'm going to show you exactly why your 40s and 50s are the perfect time to start building an income online using platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and why now presents such a massive opportunity. And if I've managed to bust some myths about social media that you believed beforehand that you don't anymore, I'd love to know what they were. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.